One Christmas morning, when I was about 3 or 4 years old, I can vividly picture sitting in front of the Christmas tree with my mom. She told me 3 simple words that would forever change my life and my identity. "You are adopted," she told me. At such a young age, there's only so much one can grasp and understand from a conversation of that weight. But from that day forward, those words never left me and became a part of who I was. My name is Jessica, and this is the story of my adoption, a story of self-discovery. Throughout my upbringing, I would ask my mom at least yearly for her to tell me more about my adoption. Her go-to response was always, "When you are 18, I will tell you." When I finally turned 18, her go-to response was, "I will tell you when you are ready." I don't think she understood what it was like growing up having no one to compare yourself to. Parts of my identity scattered throughout space, with no telltale sign to show me which parts are actually mine to grasp onto. There were so many questions that I manifested inside. What if my biological mother was a nun? Am I supposed to have the attributes of a nun and be nice all the time? Because I sure as hell am not. What if my biological father was a gifted musician? Am I supposed to be able to play the guitar without needing lessons? Because I can't play a single chord even with lessons. My identity had come together like a recipe without a list of ingredients. I had to figure out what worked and what didn't, who I was and who I wasn't, with absolutely no starting point. One night during my freshman year of college, my mom and I got into a huge argument at home. To get my anger out, I began scrimmaging through random files in our computer room, throwing papers on the ground, opening up all the drawers and cabinets, then slamming them shut. I don't know what I was looking for, but then again, maybe I did. In one of the drawers laid a huge folder filled with hundreds and hundreds of documents. I like to think in the back of my mind that I knew what these documents were, but it wasn't until I read the first page that I realized that they actually were my adoption papers. All the answers that I had been looking for my whole life were right in front of me, ambushing me at a time where that was the last thing I thought I would ever find. As I laid out the hundreds of documents across my living room floor, my birth mother's name was blacked out in a Sharpie on every single page. I went through each piece of paper as if I was looking for a diamond in a Walmart parking lot. As I got towards the end of the stack, there was one paper without any black markings. Meredith, I kept repeating to myself. Her name is Meredith. That one adoption paper had not only missed to black out my birth mother's name, but it also forgot to black out her birth date. With her name and birth date ingrained into my memory, I went straight to Facebook. One woman kind of looked like me, but she lives in California, so that couldn't be her. But I decided to check her birthday anyway. Her name and birthday matched. I was immediately overtaken with a feeling that I can't even begin to describe. Was it relief, sadness, resentment, connection, gratitude, happiness? I still can't describe the feeling, but I can say that it was a feeling that I longed for my entire life and truly thought would never come. I decided to write a message to her on Facebook. First, just to see if she actually was my biological mother, and second, to see if she even wanted anything to do with me. Meredith ended up messaging me back and told me that she was, in fact, my biological mother. Meredith and I began emailing each other and finding out more and more about each other's lives and personalities. Meredith played volleyball and swam in high school. I played volleyball and swam in high school. Meredith says she's nice until someone persuades her not to be. She says that she is defensive and will stand her ground when she believes in something. She said that she curses a lot, but tries really hard not to. She has my facial structure, or rather, I have hers. I have her eyes and her under-eye circles. I now have someone to blame for those. She is tall, just like me. She is voluptuous, just like me, which I will 100% blame on genes and not on stress eating. Meredith is a prenatal nurse and is therefore good in biology. That attribute unfortunately got lost in translation when my gene pool was doing its thing. I am artistic and creative, while Meredith claims that she cannot even draw a stick figure. I am a writer. I am an athlete. I am strong-willed. I am worthy. I belong. I am everything that I doubted. Despite my biological mother and I being very similar, yet still different in many aspects, all I needed was reassurance. All I needed was to see where I came from, to see myself in another person. All I needed was to see that I am not this random human being with ingredients that don't go well with what my recipe calls for. Finding Meredith gave me my main ingredients. Now I just have to stir the pot and hope I come out okay.